guest, something that was literally out the blue, but hey, that's the best way how it happens. My guy Brock.
Yo, what up, y'all?
Shoot, if y'all don't know, I'm literally sitting with the living legend, you feel me? Like, if y'all went to Western, know anything about WIU, Macomb, if you don't know this guy,
You ain't go here.
you ain't go here, you ain't know the right people.
Right.
But shoot, how you feeling today, bro?
Good, bro. It feel good to be back in here. It feel good to be back in Macomb, where I just got in about a few hours ago. I took a plane into Chicago and a train up here. And I wanted to, instead of driving, I wanted to take the train. It was more nostalgic from what I was used to.
Home, bro. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You also used to Amtrak.
Amtrak that's home, man. Going into Union Station in Chicago, you know, you from out there in that area, so you already know what's to it, bro. So, yeah, it feels good to be back up here.
Yeah, but ever since I've been driving, I'm like, yeah, fuck the train.
Yeah, bro. It's cool. I mean, the train is convenient. It's like a $20 ticket one way. Like, it beats having to drive 3 hours to see nothing.
Oh, bro. Shoot. But okay. So let's start off with your early years, your upbringing, and all that good stuff.
For sure, man. So when I moved here, I'm from Chicago, from the South Side. Born and raised. Went to Mount Carmel High School. Graduated there in 2016. Came here in 2016. And this Western's totally different now from what it was when I first got here. I lived in Tanner Hall in the Q lot.
Real one stayed in Tanner.
Real one stayed in Tanner. Tanner Hall. 10.
T10.
I was on 10.
I forgot my room number, but it was like, I want to say 1006.
I think I was in 1004. Yeah, that's where I was at, bro. 1004. And it was different, man. Like, I feel like you live certain amounts of, like, you live a certain life at bigger areas in your life. So, like, you live all through high school. That's what your life is. And then when you go to college, you do so much stuff that you forget that you was just, you know, in high school doing that. And then when you leave college, you do grad school or you do, you know, your regular life. Then you're like, damn, I was just in college, you know, doing this. So, I've shed a bunch of skin. And I've been to so many different people because of the circumstances that I was in. But I mean, I think now since being back here, especially now, like I have like such a comfort zone being here. It's like a cushion since I'm back down here. It's been busy for the past like 6-7 months. So now like back to my calm space.
It's definitely different to actually hear you like say how this is like your comfort zone because you know most of the time you hear people they just be like, oh yeah, once I'm done with Western Macomb, like I'm done for good. People never coming back. Probably slide for like one homecoming, one all around the world, whatever. You feel me? Just like that one few times, and like it's raps after that.
Nah, bro. For me, I've been trying to come down here for a minute. I came down here back in January, but it was just for the weekend because I was passing through. It was like literally a Saturday and Sunday. But I've been trying to come down here for a while, bro. I've been trying to come down to Macomb for a minute, but I'm just traveling, man. I just did New York Fashion Week last week, and then 2 weeks before that I was in Miami. And then I was doing, if y'all ever out here on Fashion Nova or Forever 21, you'll see your boy on the websites. But yeah, I just did Fashion Nova a month ago. And then did Forever 21 the month before. So it's been crazy, bro. It's been wild. Between New York Fashion Week, Miami Fashion Week, and all the website editorials has been different. So now since I'm here, I'm like, you know what? It's the weekend. I told my agent and my agency representatives, like, look, I just need this weekend just to be with my people. And that's what I came to do even today. So, I mean, yeah.
Okay, so before we get into like the whole modeling aspect of you, let's go back to when your time here, people would always think like you were gonna be like the next John Jones or something like that. You feel me? You definitely like that.
Yeah, word.
In the octagon, you feel me? MMA. So what got you into it?
I've been wanting to do MMA for a while. My grandfather actually was a 10-degree black belt in New York and Chicago and Kempo and Hapkido karate.
Okay.
And he passed away unfortunately, but because of his same morals and values and principles. To what I knew of what he was, that kind of forced me to kind of push myself in that avenue. I wanted to do martial arts, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. I've been asking my mom to do it. She was like, "Nah." Asked my pops, and I was doing it in Chicago for about 3 years, and then came out here when I was like in my freshman year. I joined the MMA team, and then after the seniors ran it, I was the youngest person to run the team. So I was a sophomore, running it all the way up until I left. Until my last year, and I gave it to my VP. But after that, yeah, man, I ran it. I took MMA from Western on the map. We done been in magazines. We done been in news articles. We fought for a promotion that was ran by Conor McGregor's coach.
Oh, wow.
He ran the
I
whole.
remember that.
Yeah, he ran the whole show. He ran the whole promotion, and he called me personally and invited me and my guys out, and we went out there and we smoked. We smoked them up, so it was cool. It was a good time.
That's definitely dope. Wasn't y'all supposed to like bring a fight out here?
Yeah, man. Then COVID hit.
COVID.
It was that fall. Yeah, we were supposed to actually have a fight here in August, and then COVID hit in Macomb back in January, February time. More like March, February.
Yeah,
and then they shut it down.
Shut everything down.
Yeah, they took everything off, but it was cool though. It was a good time. It was nostalgic for me. Even being back here now has been nostalgic because I'm walking in the rec center, seeing everybody, seeing all the people that work there. Yeah, it's been different. I would say being back here, especially having that. That was such a big part of who I was because everybody knew. You know, we weren't the Western football team, the Western baseball team, but we were the Western fight team, which had a totally different respect on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was cool.
Bro. Okay. You have any favorite fighters like coming up?
Conor McGregor was always the GOAT. He was always like the standard for me. John Jones was cool. He was alright. I was a big fan of him when he first came onto the scene, but then when he was getting locked up, dumb stuff, and putting his hands on his wife and stupid stuff like that, I kind of just fell off of him because that's not really what being a true martial artist is about. He was just one of those guys that was really good at fighting, but he was a bad person character-wise. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but Conor McGregor was always dope. And it actually was wild is being in Orlando. I've trained with a lot of these guys because a lot of them stay in Florida. Yeah. Mike Perry I've trained with, Lyoto Machida, the legend. And I've trained with him countless amounts of times. A lot of different dudes. Phil Rowe, all in Orlando. These are people you can just look up, and I promise to God they contenders, all of them. Yeah. And those are my guys, and it's weird because now I'm able to like train with these dudes and spar with them and have pads with them, and I was just watching them a few years ago. So it's cool, bro. Yeah, it's sick.
It's damn near like, when people that play basketball or football, once they get to the NBA, NFL, like, NFL, they see Tom Brady, basketball, they playing LeBron and Steph Curry, so
yep.
It's that same feeling.
Yeah, bro. It's different. MMA is one of those sports, and I tell people this all the time, like MMA is one of those sports where you don't have to schedule anything to meet your heroes. You can just walk into a gym and they're right there. For real. Like if you go to my gym in Chicago, if you're ever in Chicago and you want to do MMA, Chicago Fight Team, look them up. Roberto Ramirez is my head coach. Tell him Brock sent you. He'll look out. But in there, they got 3 guys in the UFC. Juliana Pena that just fought Amanda Nunes last year. She fights in that same gym too.
She from Chicago?
Yeah. Yeah, she in the city, born and raised too. So that's what I mean. Like you can just walk in there and you'll see her hitting pads and she'll be in the next practice with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like all these guys is playing football, basketball, even rapping. Like they got to do so much to get there. Mm-hmm. Fighting is very much straightforward. It's very much you start at A, you can only go up. Even when you lose, you still getting your name out. You still showing that you're active. Yeah. You still showing that you are putting on for yourself in the highest regard. So I think it's dope.
How do you think it is like being a fighter and like, let's say if you lose a match to your opponent, would you say like it humbles you or it motivates you?
Well, man, so even up until this day, I'm undefeated still. And granted, I haven't fought in 2.5 years now, but I would say like it's for me. I saw it as an art form. I never went out there thinking of it as an angry thing. I never went out there taking it personal. People are buying tickets to come see you perform. Mm-hmm. It's like playing a basketball game in front of the crowd. That's how I saw it. Yeah. And I feel like whenever you do something, you get so much coaching up until the bell rings, then you're putting them in a mindset where you have to always, just kind of revisit your notes. Mm-hmm. Anybody that is taking a loss, it's harder on them. And I would say MMA is one of the hardest sports to do. It's one of the hardest things that you can put yourself through physically and mentally and emotionally because you got to tap in to be somebody you ain't never been before. So a lot of people will fight just off the strength of self-defense. Mm-hmm. But if you got to fight literally as your job, it requires a certain kind of person to do that on a day-and-day basis. So yeah, I would say it takes a toll on people, but if you look at it a certain way, as long as you're putting yourself through the camps, practicing. You know, it makes out for a really good career.
Yeah, that low key relates to, I remember, I forgot who he was fighting, but Izzy Adesanya, he like literally told his opponent like, I'm ready to die in like the octagon or whatever. It's just like, damn.
It's a different world, man. The MMA guys are crazy, bro. Man, those are people who don't care about hurting you, and it's a different psyche. Again, you know, if somebody, you know, busts into your house, walk up to you on you at the club, at the bar, whatever the case may be, you gonna handle that. But that's because you have to.
Yeah.
Doing MMA is because you want to.
Yeah.
You know, you putting yourself through around 4 or 5 big fights a year, just to perform, bro. Just to put yourself in a mindset to go in there and give a showing. It's not even just about being a good fighter. You gotta also be marketable as well. You know, if you're good, if you're well spoken, if you do your job as a professional and you're being active, there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful in it.
Bro, shoot.
So I remember you was doing a standoff with this one guy, and you literally like held up a gun to his face and like took shots at him.
Oh, my finger? Yeah.
You fight dude or no?
Yeah, I fought him for the light heavyweight belt in May. That same year, I beat him.
That shit was too hard, bro.
Yeah, it was. We actually fought in Orlando.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so I took the team out there. We got called up by that promotion because we was making noise in the collegiate circuit as far as like marketing. I did all the marketing and everything too. I got us out there, and the coaches in the promotion was like, "Yo, man, like, you know, y'all going crazy right now. Like, y'all want to come out here and fight?" And I was like, "Yeah, my boy's down." And we got on the train, got on the plane, and made it happen.
Bro, that's cool how like they even remembered y'all and just considered to bring y'all out there and stuff. So
yeah, it was cool. It was a good turnout for the event. Like we fought against University of Central Florida, Arizona State, Penn State, University of Pittsburgh. It was a lot of big schools. Ohio University was out there, and Western Illinois was like, you know, a little ducked off spot over in Illinois. But we went out there and we beat them boys. We beat them down. So it was cool. It was a good time.
Shoot, okay, so let's fast forward the MMA to what you currently doing modeling. How did you first get discovered modeling?
Yeah, no. So I was in Orlando. I had just moved to Orlando. About a month or so passed, and I was just working. You know, I was managing at the bar there's 4 bars that I manage now that I run, but I was eating at a Jimmy John's. There was a guy that came in there, you know, super, you know, swagged out, dripped out dude, older guy, and I noticed that he was like staring at me when I was eating, and I was like, what is this dude? Like, you know, I'm from Chicago, so I'm like, you know, what's to him?
Staring at us.
Like what's to you? And mind you, I just moved out there, so I don't know this dude. He's staring at me, so I'm very much like apprehensive, but I'm ready for whatever. Very much came at him with the Chicago mindset, but he left out with his food, came back in, and he was like, hey man, you know, I like your look, I like your swag, you know what I'm saying? And he was chopping up with me for about a good 15 minutes, gave me his card, and then was like, nah, actually, screw the card, come into our agency right now. And I walked in there, took some digitals, and they signed me to a mother agency. It's like when you're modeling, you have a mother agency that like first discovers you, they build your brand, build your look, and then they market you to other bigger agencies you can sign to. So right now, I'm with Wilhelmina Modeling Agency. It's the same agency that Kendall Jenner is a part of. And I'm signed to, and underneath Wilhelmina's Miami agency, I'm signed to Wilhelmina, New York, and LA. So right now I got 3 agencies all under the same network that's pushing me forward. So I'm doing, like I said, I just did New York Fashion Week. I did Miami Fashion Week in July. I've done Forever 21, Fashion Nova, Ron John Surf Shop. Just a bunch of little bookings, but big waves. I've been in Vogue magazine twice now, so it's wild, man. Coming from here and then being on New York Fashion Week and then being in Vogue is very much a blessing to the Lord, man, from Him, from His grace. But it's been a wild, crazy year, I would say. It's been different. It's been fast.
That shit definitely major, you feel me? Because, like, you feel me, like, I'm from Chicago, and just being here in Macomb, like, being in places like those, you feel me, and those type of meetings and meeting those people is just like, damn, like, not to say we didn't have it in us to, like, do shit like that, especially like you, like, but it's just like, you just have the vision and you just go with it, you know?
It's very, like, I would say it's very specific to the character, bro, because, like, there's so many people that have visions and have gifts, you know what I'm saying? And they just sitting on them. And for me, I'm always the one to take an opportunity to better myself in any way. I live for an experience, and the reason why is because I never once wanted to be one of those people that said I've never done that. I've never been one of those people to say, well, I didn't do that because I just didn't really feel comfortable or I was nervous. Like, hell no, man. Like, you know, go out there and get it. And it's there. It's all of it is here. Like, I walked for Tariq Hill's swimwear line back in July. Met him, we were in the same club in the same section. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now this dude he plays, you know, for the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been different. I got to chop it up with him, talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And I walked for his brand, and he paid me. Like, it's very different, bro. And that's why I'm telling everybody, bro. Like, if you find something that you, and it don't even have to be anything that you're amazing at. Mm-hmm. If you find something that you can see yourself doing, try it out. Try it, and you'll be surprised. It's always, the older I'm getting and the more experiences that I'm having, I'm realizing that a lot of people that are millionaires, a lot of people that are happy and successful in these big worlds, they're doing something that they may have not necessarily knew that they were actually going to do. There's been stuff that they were trying, and then they soared at it. And that's why I'm taking modeling right now, bro. I left Macomb with 1,200 followers, and I started, you know, modeling, hopped in a few shows, and hopped up to 14K within a matter of a 4-month time span. So it's been wild, bro. And 14K is like in the aspect of people who are following your content. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Yeah. It's wild. In 4 months, that's crazy.
You got the blue check yet?
Bro, no, I just haven't even gone about doing a verification. Because
okay.
I'm like literally in magazines now. There's so much that goes into it of you getting verified. I just been too busy. I've just been out of the country. I've been out of the state.
That shit don't even matter though.
It really don't,
like,
bro.
Once you put it out there, people gonna see it. It's just like not gonna be hard to find you unless Instagram just do some fuck shit. It's
a market, bro. If y'all want to check out my info, go to Instagram. It's just brockchicago, no spaces, all lowercase. Real simple.
Drop that down below. Were there any models that you like were inspired by? Or
not really, bro. Modeling was very much out of my brain. Like I knew about Tyra Banks and Tyson Beckford. That was it. I knew about them, but I wasn't following. I just knew they was models, you know. But modeling was very much in the back of my head, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, you know. And people say, you should model, you should do it, you should do it. Yeah. And after a while, bro, when you hear people telling you so many times, like, you should jump into something that, if everybody else can see you do it, why ain't you doing it? Conor McGregor said this. He said, when you are not working towards your potential, it's a slap in the face to everybody that believe in you. You know, and I very much believe that. So I was like, you know what? I'm in Orlando. I was in Macomb for 4.5, 5 years. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just hop on this. I'm gonna hop on something that I've never done before, but everybody's been believing in me to make this happen. So I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna do it.
Bro. So let's go back to the Miami show. I remember seeing that on your IG. That was a swimsuit one, right?
Yeah, swim week.
Not gonna lie, kind of weird seeing you in the Speedos, but I'm like, hey, folks are real life doing his
shit. Check it out, bro. For those 4 days of walking, I got paid $11,000 just to walk back and forth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of those people that don't sleep on an experience. I'm not, you know, if you seeing me and if you know me, I ain't no Speedo dude either. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I got to walk for Dior, I got to walk for Yves Saint Laurent, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Patty Bricks, Code 22. Like I did so many.
Not everybody can say they walk for like those brand names.
Bro.
You feel me? It's just
that's the thing. Like if this Speedo is getting you into Vogue magazine, you know what I'm saying? Like,
especially if you're not selling your soul, you feel me? Because like, people, they'll see that like, oh no, they want me to wear. No, I'm not doing that. But it's just like, bro, especially like you had a female partner with you. It's just like, shoot.
But that was only for one show. You know what I'm saying? The other shows I was dolo. But and I promise you, right? When you out there, you're literally immersed in that world where everybody's on the same type of time that you on. So, if anything, it's weird if you don't go out there because everybody out there trying to make something happen, bro. And granted, you're not what can I attribute it to? You're not out there being an influencer, like talking to people on the street trying to get your name out there. You're actually out there modeling for these brands. You're actually out there making stuff happen. And these brands, and you're not talking to secretaries of these brands. You're talking to actual representatives from Christian Dior. Like you're actually talking to actual people saying, "Hey, man, my name is so and so, representative from Yves Saint Laurent. We want to book you for a show." And when you hear that and when you're doing it, bro, I promise you, everything go out your brain when you doing that.
That shit definitely major because, like, you know, let's say when you were just going along, like, with this process or whatever, you know, not to say you had haters or anything like that, but it's just like you have the people that definitely support you with it, and then the people that's just like, oh nah, folks on that weird shit. You feel me? It's just
Nah, bro. It's the way I see it is like this, right? Those same people that's saying that are not doing nothing. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. When you leave this place, bro, life gets real, and it's more so about what you're doing. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be whoever you want in Macomb. You can be here. I mean, you can go to the Walmart 45,000 times a day. You know, you can be in the Union all day. You can throw parties, and people very much know you as outside, but you 19. You know what I'm saying? Like, you 20 19. Years old. Like, you 21. You even 22, and you still ain't doing nothing. So, when you leave this place, bro, it's really about what you doing. Like, what footprints are you making? What changes to the culture of yourself culture, what are you changing? And when you leave this place and you go out there, it's very much about what you've done lately and what you're doing. So don't get caught up in just Macomb. Granted, take advantage of everything that this place can give you, but at the same time, you know, understand that there's more to this place.
Man, for real. Because once you get that taste of the real world, it's just like, not say it's a dog-eat-dog world, but it's just like, hey, it's a fight for survival, really.
Yeah. Oh, it's very different, bro. It's very different. And I left here going to Orlando, not having a job yet. You know, I got into grad school down there at University of Central Florida, Go Knights. But I was down there by myself. I had no connections or nothing, and now I manage 2 bars and 2 nightclubs. Going to grad school, modeling, high fashion. So I did that all on the skin of my back. You know, by myself made it happen, and it only took me about 5 months to make that happen. So it's a certain dog that you gotta have in you to go out here and get it for real.
Oh, bro, what they say, you got that dog in you.
For real, bro. You gotta make it happen. You gotta make that stuff worth your while. You gotta make magic out of it.
And the fact that it started, like it real life began with you and Jimmy Johns, and the guy literally just walking past and see you in there.
He walked in. He was in there when I was actually going to go get food, and he turned around and saw me because the door opened up.
Okay. Yeah.
So you saw me and then looked again, took a little double take, and then he got his food, stepped back, and he just looked at me. I was getting my food, and again, I'm like, fuck, like what's to him? Like, why he staring at me? But that dude, he changed everything to what I'm doing right now. Honestly, he completely he saw what my potential was, and he made something out of it, and I just been, you know, making it happen.
Bro, how was New York Fashion Week?
New York Fashion Week was dope. That was my first time ever doing a New York Fashion Week. And everybody knows about New York Fashion Week. I don't care where you are, everybody knows about New York Fashion Week. And I was in New York Fashion Week. I did Tommy Hilfiger.
Okay.
I did Lacoste. I did Dior again because they called me back a second time. I did Louis Vuitton. And yeah, those are just like some of the names that I did, some of the bigger names that I did. And it was dope. I got to walk for them. I got to keep their merch and stuff that I walked in. And it's, you know, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I got all that stuff just for the free. So they just gave it to me. So, but it was a good experience nonetheless, bro. Like minus the clothes and the hoopla that surrounded all of it. It was dope. Yeah. You know, being from the South Side, being able to go out there and put on for myself and the people that, you know, are from there. Because I mean, I'm heavily tattooed. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm out there doing stuff that other people from my same city who look just like me, you know, always question.
Yeah.
You know, if they can do it. And the answer is yeah. You can do it, bro.
Was that your first time in New York, or?
Nah, but my mom's from Queens.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's from Queens. So, I've been out there a few times. I was a kid though, man. I was legit when I was out there last time. But now, you know, I went back out there, you know, as an adult, being able to see it, actually experience it, being overage, and you know, it was
literally
different.
like a big Chicago.
It's wild out there, bro. It's wild in the sense of like there's so much opportunity. They say in New York, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And honestly, that's the truth. But I was coming from Macomb to Orlando to New York.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been a real organic experience. But it's all off of me. It's all off of, you know, me and the Lord, carrying my back and being in my ear, showing me what's around.
Bro. So you literally just mentioned, you tatted up.
Yeah.
That you was tatted from. I don't want to say head yet, but like the headpiece came later on down the line. But literally like neck to lower half of your body. What got you into tattoos?
Tattoos was a thing of self-expression. I'm really big on doing stuff that ain't nobody else doing, and from modeling, from doing MMA, from getting tattooed, every aspect of what I've cultivated my brand to become is being big on doing something that nobody else is doing. People are scared. People are very apprehensive, but at the same time, I've never been denied a job. I've never been looked at weird for my tattoos. And I've had almost every job that a college student could have. Mine is working in food service, but other than that, I can go in and get that job too if I needed it. And that's what got me into it. Just the essence of and I wanted big, bold stuff. I wanted people to look at it and be like, yeah, I couldn't do that. Like, yeah, I know you couldn't. I could though, for sure.
Bro, and that's what's crazy because coming up, our elders would pretty much tell us you tatted up everywhere, a job not gonna hire you and stuff like that. But it's just now tattoos are starting to be more accepted in society. So it's just hey.
Yeah, if you could do it, bro, and it's being smart, of course, picking the right ink, picking the stuff that is more built for who you are, things that you can pull off, stuff like that. And yeah, I took it and ran with it.
Yeah. Plus picking the right artist. Shout out Kobe.
Go to Kobe, man. Go to Kobe. Lincoln Tattoos in the Square, man. Lincoln Tattoo. They've done majority of my work when I was here. But I had a sponsorship with them. When I was here for MMA, they sponsored me. And I was Kobe's favorite canvas because I was like, bro, go crazy. Whatever you want to do, I trust you.
Bro.
So, yeah.
I see him in December. So
yeah, I just saw him today. I walked into the shop and he was like, bro, what are you doing here? He trying to get me to get something here. And I'm like, bro, I can. I don't care. I mean, I don't really got much space, but whatever you want me to get done, I get done. I ain't getting nothing else on my face, but everything else up here is done. So,
what's your favorite piece?
I would say as of right now, my favorite pieces on my body. I got the snake on the side of my head here. I got a wolf on the back of my head. Only because those are the two vicious animals in the animal kingdom that I spoke a lot about. A lot of people don't really fool with them too much, but they have such a solid footprint in our world, and I feel like a lot of people attribute their character and their behavior and their values off of the essence of them. I got the snake just to remind me of just how poisonous other people can be, and also just how infectious you can be to any situation that you're in. So one of the things I always force myself, I'm really big on effectiveness. If you're gonna be a worker in anybody's employee environment, if you're gonna be a good brother to your brothers, a good boyfriend to your girl, or you're a good girlfriend to your boyfriend, whatever the case may be, you want to impact that person. You want to be as effective as you can be. Always ask if anybody needs any help. Always be kind. Always be firm. So those three things is kind, firm, and effective. Those are my biggest three. Always be pleasant. Always talk to anybody. Always be nice. Always be be pleasant to people. And firm in the aspect of always stand on what you say. Always keep your head on straight and be serious about what you want to do. People gonna only take you as serious as you take yourself. So
that's a fact. You big on mental health?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm a big supporter of mental health. I feel like a lot of people start to forget, the aspect of taking care of your mental. And if you are doing anything of, being an athlete, being a student, being an employee, you gotta always check, with your home base, which is your mental. So I feel like if you're ever put in a situation where you have to step back and take in and heed to the suggestions of your peers and to your mental suggestions of you just, being big on your intuition, man, that's what you gotta be big about that. And I am. So I always tell people, man, take care of yourself. Always take care of yourself. Always, bro. If you need a day, whether it's you calling off for work or not going to a class or missing a gym session, take it. And that could be anything, bro. You can, go lift, go out, eat, go take yourself out on a little dinner date by yourself, or go work out, or whatever the case may be. Just do your thing.
Yeah. I know like a lot of people. So I remember I saw this tweet and it was pretty much saying like how a lot of people seem to be pulling the mental health depression card a lot, and I low key kind of agree with it because it's like, you know, I don't want to question out anybody's depression or anything like that, but it's just like I've actually like, you know, I've gone through depression. Like I've actually seen depression take people close to me like to like just down that dark road or whatever. It's just like it's not fun. You feel me? Nobody want to go through it, but it's just like once people like claim like, oh, I'm depressed or something like that, and like I don't want to say you could kind of like tell that it's bullshit, but it's just like, are you really? Or are you just trying to do it for attention? You know?
Yeah, you gotta look at what people are really going through. Like, for me, I think of it as, what are you going through and what are you doing? Those are my biggest things. When people are always going through, when someone has always told me like, you know, man, I'm just super depressed. I'm like, well, what are you going through?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that'll tell the story of their depression. If someone, or just ask them like, what are you doing right now that's making you so depressed? Usually, if you ask them what they're doing, they'll say, nothing. I just can't, you know, I can't do anything. I just don't really have the motivation. Okay, cool. Then once you establish that, then ask them, so what's, you know, something happening at home, you know, personal life with your, you know, with your girl, with your guy, with your friends, like what's going on. And that's usually the rooted issue behind it. They either feel like they don't have no friends, or their girl or their guy is just like not really paying attention. I got hit with depression hard. I was actually here, and it was just because my depression was the depression of every college student that's about to graduate, or you know, or see that, you know, that it's coming. Mm-hmm. They just trying to figure out what their next move is going to be, because they've been somebody here for so long. Yeah. They know that sand is running out that little out that time clock. So it's like now they got to pivot, and now they got to become somebody that they haven't been. But that's with any successful ordeal. You know, for you to do something that you've never done before, you got to be somebody you've never been before. You know, that's really big. If you want to be a successful person and you want to have all these millions and you want to be able to put your name on whatever, you're going to have to do stuff that you've never done before to get that. So, yeah.
Shoot, what little baby say? One, you gotta do something you ain't never did, or something like
For
that.
real,
But it was
bro.
literally related to
For
this.
real, bro. It's different. And it's like, I went out to, and that was a big proponent of me going to Orlando. Like, I went to Orlando, not knowing nobody, not having no plugs or networks or connections out there. And I made it happen. And now I'm good. I done had people come from Macomb to come out there and visit me. And me being able just to take care of them, just off of my face alone, felt good. Mm-hmm. Because I knew at one point months ago, they wouldn't have been able to do that because I just got there.
Yeah.
But now I can go pretty much anywhere in the Orlando area and be good. So it's dope. It's a good experience. And it feels good too, because you're able to leave a place to go out somewhere else and make something else happen.
No, that shit definitely dope. Like, whenever you can leave your impact on a person, place, wherever, like, I feel like you really doing a service, not only for, like, yourself, but, like, for that place and or person, you feel me? Like, people will always remember that, you feel me? Like, what you did for them. Like, that could really, like, go a long way with somebody.
Yeah, no, you ain't wrong, bro. And I think that's what I did here. Like, I worked at the Forum when I was here, like when I first, like my freshman, sophomore year. Worked there for about 2 years, and I left there. Worked over at the Ritz. Started working security at the Ritz. Shout out to the Ritz family, all Ritz rats. And it was cool. I vibed with the culture of it. I was able to employ some of my homies with jobs over there. Able just to bring them in through the door, and you know, and they still work there now to this day, even today. You know what I'm saying? So the impact that I left on them, the impact I left on the bar, and just the campus is just crazy. I just got here today, and everybody been hitting me up like, "Yo, bro, you in town? You in town? You in town?" So I got some rounds to make since I'm here, and this is just day one. Hour 3 since I've been here, but it's been dope, bro. That's why I wanted to come over here and chop it up with y'all, because y'all always been family. So I was like, you know what, bro, I'm in town. I see my boy, you know, tapping in and making something great. I'm gonna go over and, you know, show love. So yeah.
Shoot, you know, Dave actually working at the Ritz now.
I know.
Shout out, bro.
I saw, big deal. What up, dog? I saw him today. Actually, yeah, I was going into the Union earlier with my homies, and he was walking out. And I was like, yo, I saw him underneath the trees, and he was like, swear to God, you out here, and he didn't even know.
Oh,
yeah. So I slid up, I snuck up on him, and he was like, bro, swear to God, you in Macomb, and we dapped up, and he was like, yeah, bro, I work tonight, like, slide through. And then I saw the DJ at the Ritz, the tattoo shop, and he was like, "Bro, come up and sit at the booth with me, like come kick it with me," type shit. So it's gonna be a good little weekend, bro. I'm excited. I got time. I'm not modeling or nothing right now, so I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just come out here and hang out, bro. Yeah.
Now I did. They got to pop out today.
Bro, got to, bro. I'm gonna be out all weekend, bro. I'm gonna be out here this whole weekend, bro. For real.
It's definitely gonna be up though. But what are goals of yours that you really have with modeling? Like, you know, you pretty much done it all, other than like what, Paris?
Man, for me, like my goals with this modeling thing now since I've come to see what it is, I just want to just be available for whatever needs to get done. And modeling is one of those things, bro, that will never stop unless you want it to stop. Mm-hmm. You're an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? So there's a modeling season. There's a season where models are very avid, very active. So just staying active and just being available. That's what anything. If the best thing, and I heard this when I was here actually, the best thing you can be as a friend, as a spouse, as an employee, as a coworker, just being available. Just being available for your people. Being available for the next man up. Hey, yo, I need somebody here. You know what I'm saying? Because that builds a relationship and a rapport with the people who do need you. And that trust factor goes up. And then ever since then, you just keep on building that resume up. And after a while, you won't need to raise your hand. People just start coming to you specifically. And that's what I did with modeling. I was so available. My pictures were fire. I was very open to all their ideas. Nothing that I did so far has made me question the path that I'm on. Nothing that I've never been asked to do something that, you know, question my values as a man, or anything like that. But I've just been available. And now I'm getting, you know, requests for me, and I'm getting bookings without even being in the room. So that's why I've been so busy without being in Macomb, because I'm like, yo, I call my agent, I'm like, yo, I want to go out, have some vacation time next month. And she's like, well, you got to go to LA for a week. And I'm like, got you, cool. But it's a good problem to have. Yeah. It's just stressful.
I was say it's like
it's stressful
problems, but it's just like, hey,
good problems nonetheless. It could be worse. You got a lot of models that's out here who sign in these agencies, but they starving. You know, they're not really getting no work. Whether it's their fault or their agency's fault, they just not having nothing. And my look is so different. It's so unique. I'm very like well spoken. I'm very prompt. I'm very upfront and direct and professional in everything that I do. On top of me already looking like a model, being a model. So I feel like that's also it's been a double-edged sword for me. Yeah.
Oh, shoot, what are some short-term and long-term goals of yours?
Well, short-term, I want to just finish grad school. I got 2 more months in that. Almost done graduating from the University of Central Florida. I'll be getting my master's in film production and analytics. So I'll be getting my master's in that, and then that's a short-term goal. Only because like I want to be done with school. I'm sick of school. I'm over school. Done with school. No more school. So once that's done, just, you know, I want to get myself, because I've been in school for so long.
Yeah.
I've been doing it nonstop since I was in preschool. So like I left undergrad, went straight into my master's.
Yep.
No breaks. Just been hustling. So I want to, you know, once that's done, my long-term goal is just to find like equal balance and happiness on all accords, right? So like I've solidified a job that I love. Mm-hmm. Solidified my finances. I'm straight. Solidified like my personal being, my personal brand. Like I feel good. Mm-hmm. So right now, man, I just been hanging out, man. I just been, you know, meeting people. You know, meeting, you know, a few people that's been helping to elevate my stature. Ain't really been in like the dating department really, only because I just been grinding, bro. It's like I'm focused on myself, not in the aspect of I don't want anybody else. I've been making a lot of stuff happen in the past year.
That's great.
A lot of stuff happened, bro. Yeah, for real, bro. I was very friendly, bro. For a while, I was outside. So now I've taken a pause from that, and I've grown up in that aspect, bro. So now, you know, it's just cool just seeing like my young homies get it. Now I'm just like, go ahead, bro, do your thing, bro. Because I remember when I was here doing it.
Man, he was here. He did it all.
I was here, man. I was outside, active, bro. But now, I would say doing what I'm doing now and being in the space that I'm in now, it's allowing me to really just look back and see just how beautiful everything is. That's why I love this place. I don't care how busy, how dead, how dry. Man, let me tell you something. You in a blessed place, bro. Blessed, because you're not missing out on anything. Like here, people be like, man, I want to go to U of I. I want to go to University of Iowa. Like, there's so much more to do. Let me tell you something. Western is what you make it.
Oh, bro.
For real. Western is what you make it. If you don't make the good connections here, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to be bored.
For real.
You're not going to have nothing to do. It's going to suck. One of my homies, she was down at UCF. She left UCF. She was from Iowa. Left there, came to UCF, and then went back home. And I'm like, and she was, contemplating, like, bro, like, I don't want to leave, but like, I miss my family. It was a sense of comfortability. But what I realized is that she had never been in a place that required her to give more than what she was.
True. Everybody's
here, and nobody's really applying like the full amount of pressure. Mm-hmm. Everybody's just giving like 30, 40%, sometimes 60%. But ain't nobody really going full throttle. And when you out there, man, it's really gonna require you to give more than what you have been given. But if you built like that, it's not too much to ask. It's a regular Wednesday for you, for real. And that's what it's been like for me since I've been out there. I was like, oh, cool, networking event, bet, no problem. Like I was on it, and I'm reaping the benefits of it.
Oh, bro, just a regular walk in the park.
It's been nice, bro. It's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing from the Lord, and I'm very grateful to be able to say that I've done all these things underneath his moniker, and he's been allowing me to stay healthy and to put me in the room that I'm supposed to be in.
Yeah.
So, I've met a lot of people who always say, like, I'm not that big religious. And I'm not either. I'm not, going to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
But I very much do believe, and I very much do walk in that faith. And a lot stronger than what I was when I was here. Oh, just because I was so busy and I was like graduating, trying to, I was juggling a bunch of mental stuff too. But now, since I'm able to see his process, his timing is always the best timing. Always. I never doubt it. Everything happens for a reason. And it sounds cliche, but it does. Everything does happen for a reason. He moves people out of your life and into your life within the season that you're in. Depending on what you're doing, if you're leveling up and it's something, and if you always notice, bro, whenever you're doing something that's always going to level you up, something always falls off. Whether it's people, a job, certain circumstances, things always depart from you. Yeah. And then in your head, you're like, wait, no, come back. Like, that's something like that I've always had. But that's not supposed to move with you.
Yeah.
What's that? It's like a meme. It's like not everybody's supposed to move, supposed to go with you to the top type stuff. Like, they're not. And you see that. And it happens so, like, frustrating because you're like, no, like, tap in with me. Like, I'm trying to put us on. And they just real reluctant, and they real. I mean, dude, I watched like interviews with DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, and they just like, I had 5 people with me. Mm-hmm. No, it was just my boy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else was just so complacent and comfortable. Yeah. But we don't do that over here, bro. We believe in being effective.
Bro. I always see it as like, if I got a group of homies or whatever, like, we don't got to be together every day, but as long as everybody doing their shit, what they need to be doing, and hey, everybody handling business, we can enjoy like the fruits of it at the end of it, So,
yeah, bro. It's like this, bro. Like, cause we done chop it up and talk since I was down there. You know what I'm saying? I check in with all my people, bro. Just every now and then, hey, bro, you good? What's up? And that's called solidity. That's called you being a solid homie. Like, I don't benefit anything by being my homie's homie. Not in the sense of like I don't benefit from a good friendship, but I don't need anything out of my homeboys.
Yeah.
I don't need the clout. I don't need the camaraderie. I don't need the nah. Like if I'm cool with you, I'm cool with you because I want to be. That's like it's love over here. It's not. I don't need you to do X, Y, and Z for me or to build me up. Nah, bro, I'm straight first as a unit, and then I'll come to you, on some brother stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dog. So that's why every connection I made here is still, tight. All of it between my jobs, my coworkers, like females too. Like I've just been a very solid, genuine person.
Bro. Shit. Before we wrap this, are there any like other brands that you want to model for, or like you can see yourself modeling for?
Well, so when I was in Miami, I modeled for Nike. When I was down there, that was dope. Nike ended up pulling me up on the side, like very last minute, like, yo, bro, we like your look, we need you. And they booked me right there. They paid me 3 G's, like just for 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And like, Miami Swim Week is from that Tuesday to Sunday. Mm-hmm. And there's probably like 40 shows going on, and I did 12 shows for the whole week when I was down there. And the bread was cool. The bread was nice, but ever since I was, down there, I was getting pulled left and right. I landed in Miami, and my agent was like, "All right, since you just got here, I got this, and this. You got a fitting here. You got a photo shoot here." Excuse me. I did Kettle One vodka when I was down there. I did Fashion Nova while I was down there. I did Ink Magazine when I was down there. And these were just like people who had booked me for editorials on the spot. They just saw my book. They saw my portfolio from my agency. And when you're in a modeling agency, they submit you to different people.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You just got to just keep up with your body and, take some fresh digitals every now and then, take pictures, flick up. But other than that, it was very much on them. It happened organic. So I think I want to jump more into tattoo brands. I feel like a lot of people, tattoos are unique to the person, and I feel like what I got some good stuff. And I feel like on a lot of these websites and these magazines, that don't nobody look like me or bring what I got to the table, and I know that. So, but tattooing and just the tattoo fashion aspect is so like out the way. I want to go out there because now since I've done Dior, Louis Vuitton and stuff, my face is on websites and it's in stores.
Okay.
So now if I go out there, I can take I can take all the magic that I've done here and I can pull them into it. You know what I'm saying? So I've been able to make a lot of stuff happen. For me, it's just been wanting people that look like me to know that they can do what I'm doing, for real. So,
Bro, just think like somewhere in Chicago or like even my back in Florida, wherever, some little kid probably like seeing you and they're just like, wow, like you damn near like it's Superman or something like that. You feel
it's
just
still an adjustment, bro. I'm not used to this the status. I'm still getting used to it, man. I got my pictures on Fashion Nova. I got my pictures on Shein. Pictures in the Forever 21 store out in LA and Orlando. So like it's just different. I got people DMing me every day for collabs, for influencer stuff. It's just it's all new to me, bro. But it hasn't made me. If anything, it's just added a feather in my hat, realistically. So it's been different, bro. But I'm enjoying the ride so far. It's been cool.
Bro. As long as you keep having fun with it, bro.
I'm happy, bro.
Keep doing it as long as you happy. That's all that really matters.
I'm happy, bro. I love doing what I'm doing right now.
Until it's not fun anymore, you feel me?
Yeah. But that what Drake say, when I start having fun with it, I'll be done with it.
Done with it.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
a fact.
Yeah.
Shoot, you think we could expect a return to the octagon though too?
Man, that's the thing, man. I'm still training. Like I'm still practicing hitting pads. I just really can't compete. I can't damage the bag. So that's really where I'm at, and that's what's killing me, right? Because that's what I've given myself to for so long. But now it's just really just sitting inside of a new room. But I'm applying that same dedication, that same ambition, that same hunger to that. When I was in a cage, yes, it was very much not personal. Yes, I took it not personal, but I was still out for something.
Yeah.
And no matter who sat on the other side of the cage from me, they had to get it. They had to. And now when I'm doing agency meetings and I'm doing photography and I'm doing editorials and shows, it's the same thing, man. Like when you walk outside of a curtain and everybody's just looking at you, and there's like a bunch of cameras. Like I got Getty images now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different, bro. It's so much really different, bro. Yeah, if y'all want to check it out again, go to Instagram at brockchicago. Yeah, check it out. And I do follow back too, so I ain't one of them.
Bro, you know one of them.
I ain't one of them at all.
Shoot, but nah, man, I definitely appreciate, just you taking your time out your day plus vacation, just being here, sitting down. I've been wanting to get you on the podcast.
Yeah, bro, your stuff been blowing up, bro. Like I've been seeing your stuff I've been seeing it like on all of like everybody who I follow here. Like I've been seeing your stuff like chilling there, and I'm like, let me go over here, bro, and chop it up with my dog, bro, and see what's to it, bro. If I can, whatever I can add to it, bro, I will. I'll shout it out, whatever you need. If you need done, bro, I'll put it through. Again, man, this place is my second home, for real. It's giving me a spot, so I'm enjoying it.
Shoot, but all right, man. all I got for you today. Again,
sure,
definitely
man.
appreciate you coming down
Word,
here,
bro.
chopping it up.
Word.
If y'all like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Don't
All
forget
that.
to follow bro. I'll drop his Instagram down below.
Yep.
This is Out of Sight in Mind. We'll be back with another one.
See y'all. Boom.